Hi guys, today we are looking at an incredible fan project that has brought a fully working online versus mode to Plants vs Zombies 2. This is Plants vs Zombies It's Versus Time, a very clever name if I may add, and it was created by Ortiz. Now as you can already see by the pixel art, this isn't a mod for Plants vs Zombies 2, this is actually a standalone game that has recreated almost every world, plant and zombie from PvZ2 to make this project possible. It's not fully complete yet, as there are a few worlds and characters still to be added, but so far there are 7 worlds, 50 plants and 42 zombies. And I have to say pretty much all of them have been created spot on. The characters work just as you'd expect they would in Plants vs Zombies 2. The most ridiculous thing about PvZ It's Versus Time though is that this doesn't just offer local multiplayer, oh no, this has a proper fully fledged multiplayer. You can actually battle against your friends and family no matter where you are. You can both host and join games through the integrated multiplayer lobby, which I'll explain shortly. The versus mode works basically in the exact same way as it does in the original PvZ, but you just have the Plants vs Zombies 2 characters at your disposal. For the zombies to win, they just have to reach your house and eat your brains as usual. For the plants to win, you have to destroy the zombie targets. Anyway, let's jump into the game as there's a bunch of other really awesome features I'd like to talk about. Okay, so here we are in the game, and basically the first thing you have to do is choose your controls. So there is a couple of default settings you can see here, because you can both use the same keyboard if you're doing it local. So you've got here, you've got plants over on the left, so they use WASD here, and you got zombies, so you use the arrow keys and stuff. And then over here it's slightly different on number 2, but you can also create your own unique, custom controls as well. So basically there's a little explanation here, I'll put it on screen. But basically you click here, and then let's say I press W, and you'll see in the bottom left that it says last key press. So it says that I've pressed W, so that's the one at the moment. And if I want it to be on the up, if I want it to be on the directional keys, I select the brown ones, and so on and so forth. You just sort of go through and you press whichever buttons you want, and you set it all up nicely like that. So once you've done that, you can then continue and head to the versus screen. So here we go. So this is the main screen, and as you can see, there are still some bits sort of missing here, but it's predominantly the buttons and stuff, they've sort of just been drawn on at the moment, but I'm assuming they're going to get updated at some other point. But this is the main screen, and you can see over the left and right we have our plants and zombies. For some reason this scrolls both, but yeah, you've got your plants and zombies here, and then you've also got your world selection, which is really, really nice. So you've got the front yard, ancient Egypt, pirate seas, Wild West, what's this one called? Frostbite Caves, Lost City, and Far Future. So there are a couple of worlds still missing, but at the moment there's a huge chunk, and there's so many plants and zombies. It's actually absolutely ridiculous. So we can go up on here. We can change. We can choose our plants. We can do whatever we like. We got tall nut. We got all these fun things. So you can just pick all your plants, and there's, like I say, there's loads to choose from. To start sort of a local game, you can literally just go, and then you can both use the same keyboard. Easy peasy, off it goes. But obviously the really cool thing is the multiplayer. So if you hover around here, you get an online button. So if you press here, and this then sends you to the lobby screen basically. And the first thing you have to do is press connect. And then this will generate a code for your, I guess it's kind of like an IP, but almost like it basically if it gives you a code like in Among Us or whatever. And then you can decide whether you want to join or host. Obviously there's no games to join at the moment. I don't know whether this does actually appear, so you can press refresh and that'll show you any games that are available. Obviously there's none at the moment. So basically what I want to do on this first computer is I want to host. So it's saying waiting a player, you are in, waiting for player. So we're over on my other computer now. So if I've picked the controls, and as you can see, I'm all in here. And then I need to go online on here as well. And then again, press connect. But this time I'm going to try and join one. So you might need to press refresh a couple of times for it to appear, but then you should see the code that's on the person you're playing with the computer appear there. So you can click on that, and then you press join. And then it says waiting player, you're in, and then it begins. So I'm over here with the zombies, for example. Let me use these keys because I'm in the wrong place. So let's say I want to put a zombie here. Just put a jumbo there. And then if I head back over to my screen, you can see it's now appeared. And I can put my plants down. I got a sunflower. I'm going to put a pea shooter there. And you can literally, and there you go, it works. And this isn't just on like, I'm on the same Wi-Fi, the same internet as my other PC, but I have tried it connected to my 4G, and you can, this is anywhere in the world, basically, you can be. So that's how the versus mode works. It's very, very cool indeed. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff in here that I want to show you as well. So that's the basic gist of it. But there's also loads of other options as well. So down here there's a little link to the Discord server. So they have a Discord server. I assume there's some channels on there that allow you to join with the people, you know, chat and all that type of stuff. But if you go down here, there's an arrow down here. This takes you to the settings, and the settings are actually really interesting. So there's a couple of really, you know, there's some really useful ones in here. But one of the main ones here is survival. So if you don't want to play, you know, this doesn't just offer versus mode. If you want to play survival mode, you tick that, and you go back, and you'll now see that the zombies have disappeared. And if you go in here now, it just basically starts. It does pick a random world sometimes. But yeah, so if I go in here now, it will in a few seconds or so, the zombies will start spawning. So yes, here we go. So the zombies have started to spawn, and I've got to say, these aren't easy levels. I must admit, they literally just start sending anything at you. And oh yeah, we're in the far future, so it does seem to yeah, for the most part, it picks what's related to the world, but yeah, a lot of the time. So as you can see, it gets tough pretty fast. But yeah, so you can play survival if you want to. You just press escape to change. So another couple of really cool options. So let's just take off survival a second. One that I would really recommend is border for plants. And basically what this does, because it, well, picks a lot, I often find it's often the case that they sort of sink into the background. It's kind of difficult to see the plants, but now if you enable the border, it means they get a nice little shadow around the box. So yes, very, very cool. So if you go down here, so that's the border for the plants. I'd recommend putting that on. You've got fast mode, which basically just speeds up the zombies as you'd expect. Quick collection, this means the sun automatically collects. You don't have to press it, so you can turn it off if you like. 2 sunflowers and 2 graves. It means both sides start with some sun or brain production, so you can do that. You can also change here in the amount. You can also change how much you get from a sun. So if you want to like max, you can max it out at 150. So each sun will give you that much. But you can also do stuff like you can make it so you both have unlimited unlimited sun or brains, or both. And you can go down here, and there's also, yeah, 2 sunflowers and graves. We sorted that one. And then the other one is stopwatch. So if you want to add a time limit to your battles, you can do that, and you can just up it, and it will end after. So let's say we put 170 on there. We go back here and we start again. You'll see now there is a timer down here, and once this gets to 0, the game will end. So it's very cool, very useful. So yeah, so that's all those options. And that is pretty much it. So there is a lot here. There is one thing I do need to mention as well. So if you do go into online, if you are hosting the game, you will be plants. It does say that the host will play as plants, so just be aware of that. And yeah, so you'd go in here and you choose which plants you'd want initially before you go in, and then it will take them with you. So yeah, but honestly, this is absolutely incredible. So it did, oh god, what's going on with that garg? Yeah, so it's a pretty incredible fan game. I've got to say, the fact that it's come out nowhere, I think the first sort of public version came out in June. But yeah, this is ridiculous. We have a proper multiplayer versus mode with absolutely tons of plants and zombies, and they work just like they do in PvZ 2. Yeah, download this. Check this out. Holy cow, it's ridiculous. We finally got a PvZ 2 versus mode. I'm very, very happy indeed. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Yeah, download. It's free. No issues there. It's very easy to install as well, but let me know if you have any problems. But other than that, remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I shall see you in the next one. Okay, thanks guys. Bye. Bye.